Standard RP3 is about ratio and percent problems. These are all about application and word problems. They include percentage problems. They do also include using the simple interest formula. Number 1, a dance studio charges $12 per dance class. The studio is offering a 15% discount if you pay for a set of 5 classes now. How much does it cost to buy 5 classes with this offer? Well, we know that it's $12 per class, and there's 5 of them, so we could just think 12 times 5 is $60, and then we know that there is a 15% discount. So let's think, if you pay 100% of X, and then you subtract 15% of X, then you're talking about 85% of X, which is the dance classes. So 85% of $60 is 0.85 times 60, which comes out to $51. Number 14, Linda puts $610 in a savings account that pays 1.2% interest each year. Enrique puts $590 in a high-yield account that pays 3.9% interest each year. After 1 year, who has more money? How much more? So we'll start with this part A. Let's find Linda's amount of money that she has. So I'm just going to write over here for Linda. We're going to start with our formula for interest, simple interest, I equal PRT, where I is the amount of interest that it yields, the amount of money. P is the principal, in this case $610. R is the interest rate as a decimal, which is 0.012. And T is the amount of time in years, and we're talking about 1 year, so we'll multiply by 1, which of course doesn't change anything because we multiply by 1, it stays the same. When we multiply, we get 7.32 or $7.32. So the total is her principal plus interest, so $610 plus $7.32, which is $617.32. That's for Linda. We'll repeat this, and we're going to look at Enrique and say, well, okay, for him, I equal PRT. He starts with $590 times the interest rate as a decimal is 0.039. And once again, we're talking about 1 year. So we multiply that out, and we get, let me find his amount here, $23.01. Now to get his total, we'll take the principal, $590, and add the interest, $23.01, to get the total, $613.01. So who has more money? Linda. How much more? Well, we'll just subtract. We could say 617.32 minus 613.01. We get $4.31 more. Okay, after the second year, who has more money? Well, let's go back here with Linda after 2 years. And we're going to think. Linda, once again, we're using the same formula, I equal PRT. Whoops. And we still have 610 times 0.012, but this time it's times 2 years. So the interest is $14.64, and the total, we're going to take where she started once again, $610 plus $14.64 to get $624.64. And we're going to repeat the process one last time for Enrique. This is for 2 years for Enrique. I equal PRT. And we have 590 times 0.039, and this time times 2 years. And we see that his interest is $46.02. So the total, which is 590 plus $46.02, and we get that that is $636.02. So who has more now? Enrique. And that makes sense because he had a much higher interest rate, so it was building faster. How much more? When we subtract these two, we get $11.38 more. And I could quickly just show that of saying, okay, 636.02 minus $624.64 does come out to $11.38.